you now have the introduction of agentic AI, um, and agents that are doing a lot of heavy lifting. Now, if you're a partner program, where would be the first place you would probably leverage agentic AI?
Yeah, the AI first, it's gonna help you to remove the friction, okay? It's gonna help you to answer the right set of questions for the programs what you're building. And also it's gonna help the channel, the partners with the right content. And most of the times there will be n number of automated repetitive jobs. There might be a number of repetitive jobs where you need to keep on doing it, which includes like onboarding a partner to launching a campaign or like onboarding a lead into the system and follow up with the leads and all those stuff. It's like a lot of manual process gets kicked in. To get out of it, these are the problematic problems what we saw, uh, and then this agentic AI gonna address all those stuff.
Mhm. And so, and like for today, like with workflows and like what sort of gaps can it fill in with workflows? Like how can it help with making your workflows more efficient?
The biggest gap right now is like we have the information sitting in our, as I said at the start of the webinar, in the Excels, in the data, it's somewhere in the databases. So we have the information, but it's scattered everywhere, right? So
Mm-hmm.
agents gonna shine here. They're gonna pull all these pieces together into single and gives a guided journey to the partners. And
You
that's
know,
where this, yeah,
Yeah, it's so fascinating. I know like what was it, like maybe 5, 6 years ago, there was this really big conversation around this concept called Industry 4.0, where industry was going to become completely digital, and where we're going in the future by 2030 was everything's going to be interconnected. And I think what we see here, as just looking at how you address or how you answer the question around workflows, that's coming to fruition, right? It's like Industry 4.0 where everything is being connected, and that does not happen without MCP protocol, right? We didn't see it coming so quickly, but here it is. So, can you kind of just explain MCP protocol like as simply as possible for the audience who may be unfamiliar?
yeah. Let me not stay more in technicalities. Let me say in very basic way so that everyone can understand. So MCP basically is like in a universal language. So any agent can talk to another agent. They need not uh, they can communicate very easily because it's a kind of a protocol with a universal language, and agents talk to another tools within that agents, and then the data is very safely exchanged over that approach. And uh, the multiple systems, like you need not to force the systems or build some integrations around that, because if you're going to build these agents and if it is on top of an MCP server, they're going to naturally talk to each other so that you can make a number of workflows in this approach, and
Mhm.
you can deliver the right results for your channel.
And how does this differ from how does MCP sort of differ from the traditional point-to-point integrations?
Yeah, as I said, like the point-to-point integrations are like old school way of integrations. It's like one of pipes between the apps and specific to that. But MCP works more like a universal adapter. Okay, so you're gonna get in, and agent's gonna communicate. It's gonna discover, and it's gonna use its capabilities. It's gonna standardize its way, and it's gonna help each other to communicate with each other. So it's not like uh, a one platform sitting, or one app where you're working with only one integration. You can do connect to n number of systems at one go and keep expanding that approaches and do a lot of other good works around that. So that's a beauty. So it's like more like an universal adapter in short way.
So, from a partner's perspective, a day-to-day, operator, how does MCP based agents, how does this make for, them being more effective from a vendor, with their vendors?
Yeah, definitely. What happens is like it's gonna work with across different vendors, different programs. instead of you juggling into 10 different isolated chatbots, okay,
Mhm.
partner's gonna get one intelligent helper that's like MCP, which is what we introduced and we named it, and which is Oliver. And companies can build more such kind of things that support the entire workflow.
And I've always like
So
for me, I've always envisioned it, Arvin. Like one of the things that from a partner's perspective that I've always thought about is like, here you are, you have a stack of technologies that you want to take to market, and you have, sometimes a multitude of portals to which you have to access to curate what you need to curate for a prospective client. That could be kind of cumbersome, but when you bring in, something like Oliver, agentic AI, you know that particular agent can communicate across a multitude of systems, right, and curate the information you need with a simple prompt, right? And
right,
I think it sounds quite unbelievable, right, when you think about what it's actually doing, but that's what it's doing, right? So when we so when you first explained MCP to me, I was like, wow, for me it didn't make sense, and the only way it made sense for me was like, wait a minute, this is kind of like being able to like cross for me in my own little world, like cross play video games, like everyone, like all these different systems can communicate, right, in one particular
right,
instance in real time, right? It's not push pull, right? It's not calling the information, every 5 minutes. It's real time in sync, which I think is a really awesome thing, and I really think it's going to do wonders for the channel and bring about greater business, but most importantly, drive more revenue and sales, right? Because
right. That's absolutely right. Yeah.
so let's go a little deeper and what kind of jobs can Oliver do for a partner day one, right? So if a partner, had access to Oliver or agentic AI, what sort of things can it do day one for that partner to help that partner?
Yeah, as I said, like instead of the traditional approach, the issues what we are facing without an agent, or if you're going with a regular PRM systems, with Oliver, what happens is like Oliver will start answering your queries. It can answer the questions what the program is all defined about. It's gonna guide you in the onboarding process. It's gonna help you to get onboarded smoothly, and it's gonna surface with the right content and the campaigns which you can gonna use to relaunch or launch for your uh, prospects, and also helps the partners to complete the workflows like deal registrations
Mm-hmm.
or lead registrations or like uh, uh, building the QBR reports or creating an executive summary reports, or like creating a basic emails for you and doing sending those automated emails to your prospects on a regular basis based on the schedules what you're going to do, and it's going to launch a lot of great things for you so in a simple play.
And I know one of the tasks for program managers is one of the more arduous tasks is partner onboarding, right? The onboarding
Right,
process,
right.
right? How does Oliver sort of assist in the partner onboarding process?
Yeah, it's very simple. Like you're gonna go communicate in a very natural language to say like onboard this partner into the ecosystem. Oliver gonna pick some details from you, and it's gonna onboard you into the system. And once the partners gets onboarded, uh, it's instead of hunting through the portal, okay, instead of partners hunting through the portal to figure it out what to be done, what is the content being shared by a vendor to your partner, the, Oliver will help the partner to get in all the PDF info. The what partner can ask Oliver what he wants, and
Mhm.
Oliver guides them step by step, automates the enrollment process, enablement process, and highlights the key actions which they need to perform, so that it becomes very easy and very they need not to deep diving into it and understand each and everything before they start doing their real task.
Yeah, it sounds like it's obviously saving that partner a lot of time, right? And it's,
Exactly.
and what is retrieved from that partner is going to be incredibly accurate information, probably more accurate than the partner would probably retrieve on its own, because it just has uh less chance for error. Now, there are two big terms that we kind of use in the channel. One is partner programs, the other one's ecosystems, right? In order
Yeah,
to move from a exclusive, understanding of the channel, and so with respect to them being like they're being programs, these fragmented programs, right?
right.
Into having an ecosystem where these programs are just part of a greater universe, right? That it's all in communication with each other. When we talk about MCP and agentic AI, how does that help us move from being fragmented to a true ecosystem?
See, to run the programs or to run the ecosystems, definitely you need workflows. And when you want to run the workflows, the data is not residing in one single vendor system.
Hmm.
It's been scattered all over, right? So with this MCP, the protocol and the servers and the agents, what been built, the technology, what has been evolved, what happens is like it's neutrally orchestrate this layer and where everyone can communicate with everyone and they can plug in together and they can start making this workflows so that it's like you're not worried and everyone is now exposing these MCP servers out into the system into the market, so it's easy to communicate and bring these awesome workflows into the play and keep making the result start bringing the results into the system.
Fantastic. Now as we look forward, how do you see like the day in the life, like a partner in the next 3 to 5 years? How is the person at the partner level, how is their life going to be changed by the introduction? How do you see in the next 3 to 5 years of agentic AI and MCP? How do you see their role in their day-to-day life changing?
See, I definitely say like they're gonna start with the agent briefing when they start, okay?
Hmm.
And they're gonna spend their crazy time on strategy and relationships rather
Hmm.
than like working on digging in the data and all the stuff. While the agent gonna handle all this stuff, the coordinations, follow up, and admin work for them. So they're gonna be like more like building the relationships, but now right, and having more relationships are the things how you're going to grow your business, and your partner's going to do that because these agents and agentifications and all these MCPs and all those stuff going to do those things for you. They're going to
Absolutely.
handle all this.
Hmm. No, Arvin, like you're like what you're saying resonates with me deeply. I know a few months back, someone was asking at a conference what sort of jobs are going to be replaced in the channel by AI. And my response was there's really shouldn't be any jobs replaced by AI. What should happen
Yeah,
is
that's true.
the people who use AI, what's going to happen is they're going to have more time, right, to be in front of their partners and their clients, and they're going to be able to develop better relationships and stronger relationships. People are going to be able to get back to being people again, interacting with people, right? Instead of sitting in front of a computer terminal, right, doing technical administrative work, you can actually be on the phone or on a Zoom call, developing those relationships and strengthening, your business relationship, and inevitably, right, driving better business through those positive relationships. Now, one of the biggest misconceptions, I just kind of, or what do you think one of the biggest misconceptions about AI do you want to kind of clear up for the channel?
Yeah, it's not only in the channel D, it's everywhere. Everyone feels like the AI gonna replace us, but that comes the same with the channel industry too. That AI replace partner managers or channel managers and stuff. That's not gonna happen. Okay, uh, it's gonna like AI removes the friction. Okay, it's gonna remove the friction so humans can spend more time with the actual matters and creating the relationships with the partners or the customers or the vendors and do a lot of great stuff, and it's AI gonna help them to speeden up their process to deliver the things in a much faster pace. So yeah, the biggest misconception is like the AI gonna replace partner managers, AI gonna replace everyone, and which is, as we are saying, it's a biggest misconception. Yes, it's gonna be the conception.
Yeah, so just to kind of bring it back, what do you think is the most meaningful are the smallest little, meaningful experiment that MCP and agentic AI can do for a user. Like what can it do? The smallest little thing, right? If using it.
Yeah, it's let's pick a high friction workflow. It's like it's onboarding a partner, registering a deal, fetching the lead info,
Hmm.
and getting my notification saying that when the next deal gonna be, like the closure date, and how soon I need to close it, what is the deal value, and it connects the necessary systems via MCP, and it's gonna help. Uh, I can, if you need it, I can walk you through the process, and we can show. I can show the MCP protocol how we've been using and consuming over Oliver with a small example, and then we can people can understand through it if needed.
Well, yeah, I mean, if you're willing to just walk through an example, we can
Yeah,
do that, so they can see it in real time.
yeah. Sure. Let me share my screen. Let me share my entire screen. Uh, And meanwhile, people can walk through the new launch, which we launched a few days ago, and we exposed the entire architecture, what we've been using out, and just walk through this entire thing, saying that how this MCP architecture was helping us, what are the key features which got incorporated, what is the impact. All this been updated on the website. I can share this URL, and you can fetch those URL, logging into xAmplify. And before I deep dive into it, let me log in into one of the account. Yeah, I'm here into one of the partner account. Uh, and you see the small the Oliver, which is on the right corner. He's doing all the crazy stuff. I can go and ask like anything, or I can pick the prompt solutions. The prompt solutions, what was built up here is like the content which been shared by a vendor to you, or the
Mm-hmm.
content what you have access to. If you click here, it will gonna fetch in all the prompts. You can type whatever you want to ask and get the details, but it's very specific to your content, and it's gonna give the right response to you. So let me say, what risk emerges from relying dummy URLs in the partner surveys? This is a prompt which was generated from the content what a vendor might have shared to the partner, and it's going to look into it. Now, instead of going and me digging into all the assets and understanding the concept, I'm coming here and I'm asking Oliver to fetch those details and give me the insights about that. That's a simple use case of this, and I can log in as by the time it gets wrapped up. uh, I can go into another browser if needed. Yeah, we got some answer. So when you ask it, it went in, it understood, and it gave you the entire insights about that. You need not to go deep diving into it, the each and every document to understand it. You got the info, and
And
now
it's
you
well,
click.
and it's
Yeah,
also
go ahead.
well organized too. It's well
Yeah,
organized. I don't see any emojis. One thing I don't like about ChatGPT is ChatGPT loves its emojis, its little emoticons. And I'm like, please, I don't need
right,
any emoticons in my work product.
right. That's true. And the beauty around this is like you can send an email using this content.
Mhm.
The You can do that, or you can go ahead and design a PPT out of it or design a document out of it. By click of a button, it makes a presentation for you. So while you're driving or when you're going somewhere and you want a presentation to be ready for you, you can just ask Oliver to build a presentation with the set of data what it has access to with your content, and it helps to do that. That's beauty. That's a simple way of using Oliver. That's from the partner side of things. I can also show from the vendor point of view how it's going to be used to build the QBR reports for a vendor, for a partner. So now I'm logging into the portal as a vendor, and same Oliver resides, but it has more power now in this account because he's the guy who's gonna make a lot of things. So let me go deep dive into the lead details, history details, and I think we created some, like, let's say Bob Nectar partner at Extreme, what we logged in earlier. If I go into it and if I fetch in, I get the details of the partner, what happens, what is the team, who are his team members,
Mm.
what all the leads were created, what all the deals were created, what is the deal amount. And then I said, like, oh, can you generate an executive summary for this so that I'll submit this to my boss or my heads? It's gonna build those reports for you.
Yeah, so that's like a very quick, easy way to, I guess to address the requirement for a QBR or produce like a QBR, right? A little shorthand
Yeah.
QBR to turn over to your vendor to show them your day-to-day activities or your quarterly activities, if I must. Uh, Super efficient.
And I said, like, give me top performing partners. And it gave me top performing partners. It's a very simple thing, simple as. Now I can go ahead and say, like, hey, can you onboard a partner? It's all happening in the backend. There's an MCP protocol which is getting kicked in, and if you are integrated with the Salesforce, it's gonna integrate with the Salesforce MCP server, and it's gonna start pushing the partner onboarding process and the lead creation process, whatever you guys kicked in through this Oliver through an MCP protocol. So it's a bidirectional communication. So see, I said, like, can you onboard a partner? So it thought, can you please provide me the details you want to use the onboarding process, such as partner's email, company name, and other relevant content. Let me say Arvindu at abc.com as an example, and company name as ABC INC. Done. Now the onboarding starts kicks in, and then it's going to analyze and it's going to start showing up more details to me, saying that, hey, these are the details which we are trying to fill in, and these are empty. Do you want to still proceed further? And if I say yes, it's going to onboard this guy into the system. And then all the email, the campaigns, the content, which are, see, please confirm if you want to proceed with these details, or if there are any changes or additions would you like to make. Please review details. I didn't add first name, last name, account owner, any of this, but these are all not a mandatory fields. So I can say, go ahead and onboard. It's gonna onboard that guy, and when it's onboarding, it understands what all the content need to be shared to this guy as a new partner, which is getting into the system. So all the content gets kicked in. What are the emails need to be shipped out? It's gonna ship out to this partner, and when partner log in, everything is ready for them to access, play around, and use Oliver to get educated around that entire ecosystem. That's the beauty of this Oliver and MCP protocol.
So I had a question come in, and one of the questions were, I'm seeing it here in the chat. Can Oliver help with customized content for individual partners for different industry verticals? So it sounds like is it able to help a partner with communicating uh, to different customers across different verticals, essentially?
Yeah, yeah. Launching a campaigns, shipping, sending an emails out there with them. All those things can be done through this. And the next big part of which I want to announce in this webinar is, like, now we are partnering with Anthropic and with the Claude. And see, this is like the partner has been successfully onboarded with an email or window at ABC. Done.
Well,
Congratulations. Simple. No need not to go through a lot of crazy stuff.
lovely.
So yeah, I want to talk about this Claude thing from Anthropic. We now are gonna be available on the marketplace, and when I go into the settings and do connectors, see the xAmplify is sitting here, and with other connectors. So now xAmplify has all these scopes which got the tool permissions which are out in the Claude. So anyone who is using Claude, most of the guys are using Claude nowadays to interact, communicate, and get educated around the system. So now they can also communicate with the other MCP protocol or system servers which are available, which include Salesforce or Marketo or whatnot. and they can start communicating with each other using Claude. To get into that system, you need to have an account with xAmplify, enable the MCP server, pick the key, and put that key into the system. Boom, you can start communicating with another MCP servers, not only with just the Oliver, which was built by xAmplify. A third party applications will also can be used to work with the MCP servers of xAmplify. To show that as an example, I'm showing one in the cloud, which we're gonna come in. We are working with the cloud marketplace, partnering with the marketplace. And once it is done, I think we'll be live. Right now, it's in a beta stage.
I did have another comment. Someone had mentioned, I love what you guys are doing. This is state of the art of technology, as well as things we should be doing in our companies. Our current partner portal we use makes a lot of changes, but it really depends on the vendors' support. Day and night, I'm rooting for you guys. Well, that's a very nice comment. Gotta always appreciate positive comments. But yeah, so Arvin, we're about 30 minutes in, and well, if there's any more questions, we can probably field those. But no, like, do you have any more insight that you would like to offer to the community? While we're here awaiting additional questions that may come in on the back end.
No, this is great, very meaningful, and everyone was trying to get into the system, and I believe we will be the full xAmplify is trying to do a lot of good stuff for this channel ecosystem. That's what in the recent updates we released an open source PRM. Now we are giving out these MCP servers where they can communicate with lot of other protocols which are existed in the market, and we want to co-live with it and grow around and help the partners to grow in this ecosystem and make revenue out of it. That's where the end result would be. And to be in short, I want to say, like, the channel is evolving right now, and our tools need to evolve with it. And that's where xAmplify is giving out open source PRM system, and MCP is coming into the picture, which was out and as a blueprint. And the Oliver, the intelligence behind the Oliver, we have a RAG systems and all the stuff which got placed around Oliver's intelligence. Together, they can transform the entire portal, the entire process, entire ecosystem, and it's gonna combine this and make a unified ecosystem D. And that's the best part. And we are just starting. And let's work together. Let's join together, and let's grow in this in this growth, and let's build the future of the channel growth together.
No, absolutely. And I'm definitely looking forward to the feedback from, not only the marketplace, but some of the partners that we currently work with. And the feedback that we've gotten thus far has been very, very positive. And people are very excited, very intrigued. I mean, I'm talking with consultants and other program managers day in and day out. And, a lot of people are very intrigued about what this means for the channel going forward. But Arvin, doesn't happen without you being one of the innovators within the space. We definitely thank you for making yourself available for this webinar and for sharing your thoughts and your ideas and trying to and also making it more, I guess, available to understand for the average listener and the average person working in the channel. So Arvin, we definitely thank you for your time. And if you have anything more left to add, feel free to do so. But if not, we can go ahead and log off. And until next time, folks, Arvin, you have any final thoughts?
No, nothing. Have a great day, guys.
Yeah, until next time, folks, you guys take care, stay warm, and stay dry out there, all right? See you soon.
Take care.
All right.
Bye.